So I want to make this video here just in case there's any of my family, anybody who knows Mark, and anybody that knows me personally. Now listen, you guys. I have never, ever in my life been a passive aggressive person, okay? I've am just straight up aggressive, all right? I'm just straight up aggressive. I've never been passive aggressive. If I've got something to say to you, if I feel like the relationship is worth saying anything, because you got to realize sometimes people aren't worth chasing after. Relationships are not worth mending. Friendships are not worth mending. Some things are better to just let them go. And you know what? My life, ever since I let almost all of my friendships go and holding on to the people that I felt sorry for and I felt like I had to stay connected to because we were family, all of that is done. Like, I don't care. Going forward, what is important to me is healthy people in my life. People who want to move forward, people who don't hold on to the past. And I'm not saying don't look over things and stuff like that. I'm not saying never inspect anything, but like, there's only so many times we can go over an issue. If you can't see a problem with your behavior, I see the problems of my behavior, which is why I take myself out of situations, which is why I do not let myself go into certain functions, which is why I don't go to parties, which is why I don't drink, because I get out of control. I know my limits. You have to push yourself to your limits so you can fucking find them. Because if you don't know your limits, if you don't know how many drinks it takes for you to get tipsy, if you don't know how many drinks it takes for you to get drunk, you're going to just be taken advantage of left and fucking right. I'm telling you guys, just because I am proactive in my peace of my life and people thinking that I'm doing all this stuff, people thinking that, honestly, I really don't care what people think of me. I honestly don't care. But if you just needed me to clear it up, I stay in my home. I stay in my garden. Every perception of me going out, doing things, partying, talking to certain people, whatever, it's all fucking false. I have no problem saying if I do those things. I'm a grown-ass woman. If I wanted to do those things, I would. But I don't want those things. And I'm not going to put up with people in my life who drain me, for one. You know, talking to most of my family fucking drains me. You know why? Because they never have anything positive to say. They never have anything positive about anything. There's never a positive comment about anything. And it's like, how many times can we bitch about things before we accept that we're allowing things to be that way? And we accept, whatever happens to us is what we are accepting. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening. A lot of people, they just seem to think that, oh, you need to put up with this person because they're your sister. You need to put up with this person because they help you. You need to put up with this person because blah, 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 blah. No, I don't. I don't have to do any of that. And I won't. People are so screwed up. They've been coddled their whole lives, or they've just, never had anyone tell them the honest fucking truth. Most people are talking shit behind your backs, okay? Let me tell you this. If somebody is comfortable enough to talk shit about another person to you, they are 100% talking shit about you when you leave. Just know that. Know that, okay? That's just for starters. I'm just so fed up with people acting like, just because I call out the truth and just because I fucking stand in, the way I do, and I persevere and I don't talk to people, I don't get people involved in my life, I don't want people. People don't understand that. They think that I'm, that I'm over here mad and upset and holding grudges. No, I am finishing school. I am finishing a 15-month course in 6 months. I am working on my YouTube channel so that I can travel the country and travel the world and make money doing it. I am going after my dreams, and I'm going to drop anything and anybody to the wayside that does not align with that. And that is nothing personal. That's nothing personal, okay? That is just me fulfilling my own thing. It has nothing to do with you. I don't even, to be honest, I know this sounds like self-centered and selfish and all that, but I don't even think about other people. I don't think about other people. I can't, because you know what? Because then I start thinking about, well, am I doing the right thing? Am I living up to their expectations of me? Am I calling enough? Am I texting enough? Am I answering their texts? Am I doing enough? Am I showing, because I don't know, you guys, I really don't know what people want from me. And I'm just here to tell people that I'm done people pleasing. Like, I get that me, Jennifer, of all people who would always just drop everything and be there for everybody, I get that me setting up boundaries and thinking of myself first for once, thinking of my life and my peace and my mental health first, I know it feels like a personal attack. I get it. I know that when I shower people with affection, I really make people, I have the ability to make somebody really feel seen and special and heard. I'm the person in the group who, when you get cut off talking, you will look around to see if anyone was actually listening, and you will see me looking you in the eye to reassure you that yes, you were heard. And I'll even continue, I'll ask people, I ask people, what can I do to make you feel loved? And they can't give me an answer. If you can't give me an answer, how do you expect me to do anything for you? People, I get that it feels like an attack for me to withdraw all of my past behaviors and withdraw how much I reached out and how much I depended on other people for mental security and mental health security and comfortability. I am very codependent as a person. And I get that all of these behaviors of me standing up for myself, putting myself first, doing things that I would never done before, standing up for myself, speaking out against every single injustice that happens to me, regardless of who it's coming from, because you know what? I just don't stand for it. And sticking up for myself constantly. I know it feels like an attack, but it's not. It's not an attack. It's not personal. I promise. Nothing I do is to get revenge or be spiteful to another person. It's only to better myself. It's only to better who I was 10 years ago. It's only to look back on my past self and say, damn, I've grown. Damn, I've changed. Because if you're not saying, damn, I've changed every couple years, you're doing it wrong. If you are not looking back on your past self every couple years and cringing your fucking eyes out and saying, oh my God, how did anyone let me do things like that? Then there is no evidence of self-growth. If you can look back on your past self and say, oh my God, I'm still the same person. Here we are 10 years later. You've got some serious fucking work to do. And that has nothing to do with anybody else. Me, your next door neighbor, okay? You have to think about who you think somebody is and who they actually are, because those are two different people. And a lot of people think I'm who they think I am. They don't want to get the time. They don't want to take the time to look at who I've become. Look at who I am now, how I react now. They want to bring up how I reacted 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Bitch, that person does not exist anymore. I'm not as harsh. I'm not as cruel, but I am also, I don't take near as much bullshit as I used to. I do not take near as much. I don't carry other people's shit. And I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad, I don't. Because so many times people want to project what they hate about themselves onto me, like it's my issue. Mark just got done sitting there manipulating me for the last hour, calling me crazy, all this stuff, which is a norm. And I'm like, dude, you're just mad because I I figured out your game. You're just mad because I don't believe who you tell me you are anymore. I don't believe who you try to sell me Mark is, the person you try to sell Mark to be. That's not Mark, okay? Mark is not that person. And I believed it for the longest time like a fucking naive child. I did. And that's why I've allowed him to hurt me for 10 years, because I believed the things he told me. I believed it at face value. I didn't sit there and just because he would always, those classic manipulation tactics of, oh, you're going to start a fight now. We were just having a good day. Or, oh, here we go again. It's like, yeah, here we go again. You know why? Because the same problem keeps resurfacing. If the same problem is still there, then you know what? I'm not bitching about the past. I'm not bitching about past behaviors. I'm focusing on a behavior that I will not accept into my life. I'd rather be alone. I would rather be alone every day for the rest of my life until I fucking die and go back into the earth than be fed a version of somebody who does not exist and then be told I'm crazy when I expect somebody else. I guess I am crazy for expecting other people. It's just insane. It's insane. I feel like the only person who is willing to look at the truth of a situation. I was a bad person. I was horrible to people in the past, but I also put myself out there a lot more to get hurt. And I put up with a lot of things and a lot of people that I would not now. I put up with a lot of people not reciprocating me, not reciprocating my energy whatsoever at all, not even a hint of it, and just using me. I used to have a friend, her business now is based on an idea that I taught her, but and it was just things over and over again that would happen that just piled up. It's like, you don't really care about me as a person. You care about the ideas I bring and what I can do for you, like in your business, because obviously you didn't have any of these skills before I came along and you wouldn't even try it. I know this all sounds like a lot, but if my sister's seeing this, I'm not being passive aggressive. I'm just not putting up with it no more. I don't want a relationship. Just like she said in a message, some relationships don't need to go on. Some things don't need to go on because you know what? Obviously, she has not healed because she's still projecting herself onto me. The passive aggressive, that's her all the way. Not messaging. I just don't message you because you don't message me. Like, if you want to talk to me, message me. I'll message you all day long. But if you're expecting me to reach out every single time, bitch, you got me fucked up. Like, what do you think this is? This is like a 24-hour hotline to make you feel better? To bitch to dump your problems on, not knowing what it does to me? Like, I'm so sick of people being so self-centered and then being so offended when somebody won't put up with it. When somebody says, no thanks. I don't want a relationship. I don't care what you offer. I don't care if you offer me the Taj Mahal. I don't want it. I don't want the Taj Mahal. For one, it's got too many rooms to clean and I'm going to be stuck cleaning it. No doubt. I don't want it. Keep it. I would rather suffer and build things on my own so nobody can say, well, I do this for you, I do that for you, so you owe me this and you owe me that. Or, expecting sex just because you buy me food? No. I feel like a lunatic in a world full of lunatics, I feel like I'm the only sane person in a world full of lunatics that refuse to look at their own behavior and refuse to look at the things that they allow to go on in their lives. Nobody can hurt you unless you give them the power to hurt you. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that to you. Unless their opinion of you matters, then they can't hurt you. Unless something that they say is true and it's something you're trying to stifle, that's the only way, If somebody sees a behavior that is true about you and you're sitting there trying to stifle it, maybe I am that way. Maybe I am passive aggressive and I just don't see it. But, and to me, on my side of the story, that's not how I feel. I don't feel passive aggressive. I don't feel angry. I feel fed up with people thinking that they can just continue to talk about me when I don't even leave my house, and I've just been doing schoolwork and sticking to myself. I don't have friends. I don't talk to people. I don't leave my house. The most I go when I do leave my house is North Carolina for my doctor, or the grocery store, or my garden, or Lowe's. That's it. I don't talk to people, so whoever is out there and this perception of me that you have created in your mind, that person doesn't exist, okay? If you want to get to know me, come ask me about me. If you want to know what I do during the day, come hang out with me. You'll see. It's not that exciting. I had to get this out there. I hope that the right people see it. I wish you love and light and happiness, and I hold love for you too, but I just don't want a relationship with you anymore. Laura and Dorothy. I don't want a relationship with you guys. You know why? Because you're both very negative people. You never talk about the positives. And that's okay. You don't have to. I'm not expecting you to, but if you can't, then just know that I don't have to accept it either. We're all adults here, So look at your own behaviors before you lash out to other people. Get a hobby. Do something outside of yourself, bigger than yourself, like I'm doing. I'm trying to build myself up to a person I can be proud of, and my children can be proud of, and that's it. And there's no malice behind it. There's no ill intent behind it. There's no, haha, look at me behind it. There's nothing like that. Like all of that projections of who you think I am, Dorothy, Laura, my mom, all of you guys, whoever you guys think I am, I promise you that's not who I am. That's not who I've ever been. You just never taken the time to ask me and get to know me. You've always just assumed. So, love you guys.